Hello everyone, my name is Yoshimitsu, and welcome to the Japanese lore of Dark Souls. As the title implies, I will be referring to the original Japanese text over the translated English text. If there are any discrepancies between the two versions, I will always take what the original Japanese states as fact. I take this approach as many lore elements have been lost due to translation, and I'm hoping that I can bring some answers to long debated and unanswered lore questions, as well as offer a few new theories as well. Let's begin. In this video, I would like to talk about Knight Artorius, the knight who faced the abyss and eventually was consumed by it. To start, Artorius was one of the 4 knights who served Lord Gwyn. 狼の指輪、グイン王の4騎士に与えられた特別な指輪。狼の指輪は深淵歩きアルトリウスのもの。アルトリウスは強靭な意志により決してひるまず体剣を振るえばまさに無双であったという。Wolf Ring, one of the special rings granted to the 4 knights of Gwyn. The Wolf Ring belongs to Artorius the Abyss Walker. Artorius had an unbendable will of steel and was unmatched with a great sword. アルトリウスの体剣。アルトリウスはダークレースの狩人であり、その剣もまた闇の剣族に大きな威力を発揮する。Great Sword of Artorius. Sir Artorius hunted the Dark Wraiths, and his sword strikes harder against the Dark Servants. Ingvard says this in regards to Artorius. はるか昔、騎士アルトリウスだけが深淵を歩いたという。彼を探し、力を借りれれば、あるいは深淵に入れるかもしれぬぞ。Although long ago, the knight Artorius traversed the abyss. If he can find him and learn from him, the abyss may prove surmountable. And Artorius was able to traverse the abyss due to a covenant he made. アルトリウスの契約。かつて騎士アルトリウスが深淵の魔物と契約した証の指輪。アルトリウスと同じように守備者は深淵を歩けるようになる。Covenant of Artorius. This ring symbolizes Knight Artorius' covenant with the beasts of the abyss. Its wearer, like Artorius himself, can traverse the abyss. And regarding the beast that Artorius met and made a covenant with, I personally believe that beast is Alvina of the Darkroot Wood. Now my reasoning as to why I believe Alvina is the beast that Artorius made a covenant with lies in this theory that in the world of Dark Souls, cats are resistant to the abyss and the dark. Alvina can seemingly travel across the abyss without any issue, and Lud and Zalin are 2 beasts that show signs of being affected by the dark, but their souls show no signs of being affected by the dark. Due to these reasons, I personally theorize that Alvina is the beast Artorius made a covenant with, and Alvina is one of the few trusted friends of Artorius. Neko no keiyaki yubiwa. Cat Covenant Ring. 人語をしゃべる丸い白猫アルビナは火の時代の始まりからこの地にあり、騎士アルトリウスと大狼シフに出会った後、彼らの数少ない友になったという。The white cat Alvina speaks a human tongue and has lived since the early age of fire. Alvina was a trusted friend of Knight Artorius and the great wolf Sif. And Knight Artorius and the wolf Sif went to Oolacile to stop the abyss from spreading. Elizabeth says this in regards to Artorius. あなたもこの先行けばわかるでしょう。ウーラシールは今、古い人の化け物が生んだ深淵に飲まれようとしています。騎士アルトリウスがこれを止めに向かいましたが、英雄とて所詮は闇をもたぬみ、いずれは深淵に飲まれ、闇に食われてしまうでしょう。Thou shalt see further on. An abyss begat of the ancient beast, and threatens to swallow the whole of Oolacile. Knight Artorius came to stop this, but such a hero has nary a murmur of dark. Without doubt, he will be swallowed by the abyss, overcome by its utter blackness. And as Elizabeth had predicted, Knight Artorius was consumed by the abyss. Artorius no soul, soul of Artorius. 深淵に飲まれたグイン王の騎士アルトリウスのソウル。深淵を勝ったというアルトリウスの伝説はしかし道半ばで終わっていた。Soul of Lord Gwyn's knight Artorius, who was consumed by the abyss. The legend that Artorius repelled the abyss only told half of the story. Artorius no kabuto, Helm of Artorius. 主の最後を示すように、深淵の闇に汚れ、誇り高い群青の房も乾かず濡れそぼっている。The death of the helm's owner can be surmised from the corrosive dark of the abyss, and the musty azure blue tassel, once a symbol of pride and glory. But before Artorius fell to the abyss, he used his shield to protect his friend, Sif. Kekkai no Otate, cleansing great shield. 深淵に飲まれた軍王の騎士アルトリウスの用いた鋼の大盾。深く傷つき、深淵に侵され始めた彼は、この盾を友たる皮膚を守る結界の糧とした。The steel great shield, used by Knight Artorius, who succumbed to the abyss. Artorius, deeply scarred by the abyss, used this to form a barrier to protect his compatriot, Sif. And Sif can be rescued once we, the player, defeats all the enemies around him. And eventually, the Grey Wolf Sif becomes the guardian of Artorius' grave. Okami Shifu no Soul, Soul of Sif. 深淵歩きの騎士アルトリウスに仕え、彼の墓を守ってきた灰色の狼シフのソウル。特別な存在は特別なソウルを有する。騎士の政権を継いだシフのソウルは使用により莫大なソウルを獲得するか他にない武器を生み出せる。Soul of Sif, the Great Grey Wolf, who guards the grave of Artorius the Abyss Walker. Special beings have special souls. Use the soul of Sif, who inherited the Divine Knight Sword, to acquire a huge amount of souls or to create a unique weapon. And the location that Sif guards Artorius' grave is actually the same location that we meet Elizabeth, which is the Oolacile Sanctuary. And Oolacile Sanctuary is translated from Oolacile no Labio. Labio literally means mausoleum. So the location that we meet Elizabeth should be called Oolacile Mausoleum. When we visit the real grave of Artorius, the Lord's Blade Pharyn can be found praying at his grave. And she is also one of the 4 knights of Lord Gwyn. Suzumebachi no Yubiwa, Hornet Ring. Gwyn王の4騎士に与えられた特別な指輪。スズメバチの指輪は王の刃、キアランのもの。One of the special rings granted to the 4 knights of Gwyn. The Hornet Ring belonged to the Lord's Blade, Pharyn. Hakuji no Kamen, Porcelain Mask. グイン王の4騎士の一人、王の刃、キアランの仮面。瞳の頭巾はすべての王の刃に共通だが、優しい白磁の仮面は彼女が特に望み、騎士叙勲により授かったものであり、自身の象牙の髪を伴っている。Mask of the Lord's Blade, Pharyn, one of Gwyn's 4 knights. The Cyclops headpiece is common to all of the Lord's Blades, but Pharyn was determined to earn this soft porcelain mask as a unique decoration of honor. The mask is lined with ivory locks of hair. And these ivory locks of hair are actually her hair. In the original Japanese, it says, 自身の象牙の髪を伴っている, which should translate to, the mask is lined with her ivory locks of hair. And if we speak with Pharyn while holding the soul of Artorius, she asks us if we are willing to part with the soul. And if we agree, she gives the player her gold tracer and her dark silver tracer in exchange. Moving on, now I'd like to talk about the Undead Legion of Farron, a caravan of undead that continues the legacy of Artorius. Fushitai no Kabuto, Undead Legion Hell. ファランの不死体、深淵の監視者の装束。彼らは狼の血を分け違った不死の戦士であり、闇に深淵の兆しを探り、畏敬と戦い続けた。Attire of the Abyss Watchers, the Undead Legion of Farron. These undead warriors vowed to partake of wolf blood. They acted in the dark, seeking out any sign of the abyss, fighting a constant war with its abominations. Loketsu no Soul, Soul of the Blood of the Wolf. 老血を分けた監視者たちのソウルはまた老血の主のソウルでもある。The blood was spread amongst the Abyss Watchers, and their souls are one with the soul of the Wolf Blood Master. The master of this wolf blood is Sir Artorius. 狼騎士の兜 Wolf Knight Helm. かつて騎士はついに倒れ、使命と老血を残した。それはファランの不死体の始まりであり、監視者たちはその甲冑に自らの最後を見る。A vanquished knight left behind only wolf's blood and legacy of duty. The Undead Legion of Farron was formed to bear his torch, and the armor of these Abyss Watchers suggests their own eventual end. And just like how Sir Artorius wielded a great sword, the Abyss Watchers also wield a great sword as well. Pharan no Taiken, Farron Great Sword. 深淵の監視者たちが振るう体験。独特の担当と組み合わせた特殊な相当武器。担当をくさびとした独特な剣技が特徴であり、左右に当時の左攻撃にそれを見ることができる。ファランの不死体の名を知らしめたその剣技は、狼の狩りにて敵を大きく翻弄するだろ Greatsword of the Abyss Watchers, which is atypically paired with a dagger. The dagger is utilized as a wedge in the left hand, while the greatsword is held in the right, a unique technique that was synonymous with the Undead Legion. Confounds foes, the manner of wolves hunting prey. And the Abyss Watchers were given a ring to support this as well. Pharyn no Yubiwa, Pharyn Ring. ファランの不死体に与えられた指輪。深淵の監視者として化け物を狩る彼らには尋常を超えた剣技こそが必要であった。狼の血がそれを与え、この指輪がそれを支えたのだ。A ring given to Undead Legion of Farron. The Abyss Watchers, for their hunting, required a sword technique that went beyond any existing art. Wolf's blood provided just that, and this ring further extends the effect. And if a warrior among the Undead Legion falls to the Abyss, a group of warriors show up to hunt them. Yuki no Kabuto. Follower Helm. ファランの勇気たちが用いた兜。超深層空うつろな眼下の戦士たちは、ファランの戦士が深淵に飲まれたとき、うっそりと現れ、集団でそれを狩ったという。Helm worn by the Farron followers. When a warrior of Farron fell to the abyss, the tall, lean followers, with their hollowed eyes, quietly appeared in groups to hunt them down. Yuki no Saberu. Follower Saber. 深淵に飲まれた戦士を狩るための彼らの剣技は、だが大人の色が濃い。おそらくはそれがまだ人であるうちに狩りは行われたのだろう。The followers brandish their swords to hunt warriors taken by the abyss. Their technique is honed to face men, implying those yet to lose their human aspect are their likeliest prey. Yuki no Javelin. Follower Javelin. 勇気たちは集団戦を旨とし、敵を囲み、盾を構え、槍を突き、一斉に投げつける。役目を終えた戦士を相応し最後で弔うために。The followers attack in groups, surrounding foes, shielding themselves, and thrusting their spears at their foes. On a final command, they hurl their spears at their fallen foe to give the retired warrior an honorable send-off. One thing I want to note regarding the followers of Pharyn is their name. In Japanese, they are called Pharan no Yuki. Yuki, generally speaking, translates to ghost or spirit of the dead, so the Pharyn followers should be called ghosts of Pharyn. And in Pharyn, there were those who watched over the sleep of fallen warriors. Pharan no Bannin. Watchdogs of Pharyn. Bannin は戦士たちの眠りを守るものであり、ファランの森に近づくものがあったとき、契約令としてそれを狩る使命がある。The watchdogs ensure that the warriors sleep in serenity by taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who would trespass the woods of Pharyn. Lukeinin no Kamen. Exile Mask. ファランの城塞、その番人の鉄仮面。不死体の監視者たちが薪の王となって後、狼の血は絶え、ファランは腐った森に飲まれた。その森では痩せた老いたる狼が万人を集い、戦士たちの眠りを守っているという。二人のルケーニンもその一員だったのだろう。もとよりファランとは流れ物の血なのだから。Iron Mask of the Watchdogs of Pharyn's Keep. After the Legion's Watchers became Lords of Cinder, the wolf blood dried up, and Pharyn was consumed by a festering wood. Within the wood, an emaciated old wolf commands watchdogs to defend the sanctity of sleeping warriors. Both the exiles were surely watchdogs themselves, for Pharyn has always been a land of itinerants. And the Undead Legion of Farron also had sorcerers within their ranks. Pharan no Tanya, Pharyn Dart, Pharan no Fushitai, その魔術師たちが独自の調整を施したソウルの矢、最も名の知れたファランの魔術であり、その使い勝手から広く学ばれている。Variation of Soul Arrow, developed by sorcerers of the Undead Legion of Farron. Well known among the Farron sorceries, it is learned far and wide due to its ease of use. And the Crystal Sages are the very likely ones who taught the Farron Legion sorceries. Furisosogu Kessho, Crystal Hail. 結晶の古老として知られる双子の同志、その独自の魔術。古老の片割れは不死体の同盟者であり、ファランに魔術師を育てた。それは古い約束であったという。Unique sorcery developed by extraordinary preacher twins known as the Crystal Sages. In a pact, said to have been formed long ago, one of the sages allied with the Undead Legion in order to train the sorcerers of Pharyn. So here's what I believe regarding the Undead Legion of Pharyn. The Abyss Watchers acted in the dark, seeking out any signs of the Abyss, and fought a constant war against its abominations. If any warrior among its ranks fell to the Abyss, a group of Pharyn followers quietly appeared to hunt them down, and the watchdogs of Pharyn ensure the warriors sleep in serenity. And here's a personal theory regarding the Undead Legion of Farron. I believe it was formed by the three most closest to Artorius. Elvina, the leader of the Forest Hunters, pretty much is the exact same as the watchdogs of Pharyn, as they both watch over the graves of fallen ones. And I personally think it makes sense if the Grey Wolf Sif, who inherited the Divine Knight Sword from Artorius, and Kieran, who obtained the soul of Artorius, created the Abyss Watchers and the Pharyn followers in honor of their fallen friend, Sir Artorius. Thanks for watching, everyone. In my next video, I would like to go over the lore regarding Queen Nashandra and King Vendrick. And until then, don't you dare go hollow.